So today we're going to talk about best practices with recruiting video. Video is a really important part of the recruiting process because oftentimes college coaches have neither the time nor the budgets to get on the road and watch people play in person as much as they might like to. So this is where video is the next best thing. Because of that, you really want to make sure that most, if not all, of your content is match play, preferably at real tournaments. But sometimes there are challenges with that. You might need the approval of your opponent, the permission of the tournament director, and sometimes the facility that you're at is just simply not really made for recording, so the quality is not great. I would say if that's the case, then what I would suggest is grab a practice partner or a friend, someone that's close to level in you, maybe even a little bit better, and play a practice set or match and record that. Not as good as real match play, but certainly better than nothing. And if that is something you do, I would still encourage you to continue to try to get match play at tournaments over time. And eventually you will be able to. But don't stop trying just because you have some practice match play. Now, you also want to make sure when you're recording that you're getting doubles content as well as singles, because in college tennis, doubles is a huge part of the game. And college coaches are going to want to evaluate your doubles play. So include that, again, whether it's through a practice match and or real tournament matches, you want to make sure you have both. A lot of people ask me about practice video and whether that's worth it. My thoughts on practice video are it's not no, like I wouldn't say don't do it, but if you do include practice video as part of your content, you really only need one of those. And it doesn't need to be that long. I would say 10 minutes in length is probably sufficient. The purpose of practice video is to show your strokes and your skills. And to be honest, coaches can see that even if they're watching you play a match, which is why I say you really don't need more than one practice video. But if you want to do it, that's fine. My suggestion would be, though, rather than have a coach or a pro feeding you balls, make it a little bit more live ball situation. So grab a friend, grab a coach. And for example, if you're going to show your ground strokes, maybe hit cross court and show them in that way versus being fed a ball right to you in your strike zone, which probably should look pretty good anyways. Similarly, if you're up at the net and you're hitting volleys and overheads, have it be a live ball with someone across the net from you at the baseline. So it's more of a rally versus just getting fed shots. When it comes to video in your matches, don't worry about making them fancy or including any kind of, music or any kind of professional type additions. Maybe you want to include a short intro at the start of the video that, gives your name and your class year, but that's about it. You really don't even have to spend too much time editing the in-between point time out. To be honest with you, I loved to watch that when I was a college coach because it showed me your body language, your demeanor, just sort of how you would respond in between points to different situations that were coming up in the match. So if a coach wants to fast forward, he or she can, but sometimes coaches actually like to see the in-between point time. Now, once you have all of this content, what do you do with it? My suggestion is you create a YouTube channel, and you can make that private or public, totally up to you. But it's one place to house all of your video, which is really convenient for coaches. So they only have to go to one place and they can watch as much or as little when it's convenient for them. When you upload these videos to your YouTube page, though, make sure you include some important information, whether it's in the title or in the description of the video. I'm going to show you a screenshot of a former athlete of mine who had a really great YouTube page as an example. But the things you want to include in the title or description are when the match was recorded, the level of the person that you're playing against in the video. So give like the UTR or WTN of that player. And then make sure you identify which one on the court is you with something that you're wearing. So an example might be an L5 in May of 2025 versus UTR 8.4. And then in parentheses, a description of what I'm wearing. That's really helpful. It gives the coach some context when they're watching the match back. Now, when you email coaches, my suggestion is that you have a signature at the bottom of your email with your name, class here. And then you can just hyperlink your YouTube video channel right there so that anytime they're getting an email from you, it's easy for them. If they want to watch some of it, they can just click on the link in your signature. But the more you can continue to add content to this page, the better it's going to be. And it's a great reason to send an update to a coach and say, hey, I just uploaded a new match for you. Check it out. Here's my link. Now, if you like this video and you found it helpful, make sure you subscribe and like the channel. And if you're interested in learning more about how we can work together one-on-one with your personal recruiting process, make sure you schedule a 30-minute complimentary call with me.